What is going on, hustlers? Welcome back into Hustlepedia. Just a quick SundaeSwap update. As usual, they do their weekly tech updates. This is tech update number 17. We're going to get into the implications behind some of the delays that they're having, as they say. They've ran into some roadblocks, and as usual, I think all these Cardano projects are clearly having a lot of roadblocks, whether it's internally or to do with the Cardano just usability and how ready Cardano is to be rolled out on with dApps. So that is a part of the holdup in itself. But a lot of these projects, they're facing issues along the way. If you're not facing issues in development, then you're probably not digging deep enough. And, it's challenging to build a successful DEX. That is no easy feat. So we'll get into the implications of the SundaeSwap technical update. And we'll also take a look at the timeline or they're moving the estimate back. No longer will they be releasing the DEX, they don't think, in October. So we'll get into that in just a second. And that will also push back the ISO. So if you're new to the channel, be sure to drop down and hit that subscribe button. We come out with brand new cryptocurrency, altcoin, and DeFi and crypto gaming content here every single day on the channel. And be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the video, if you are bullish on the Cardano ecosystem, SundaeSwap, or if you have been enjoying the videos. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the tech update's pretty straightforward this week. Front-end team is continuing to work with wallet integration. We see other DeFi and DEX that are building on Cardano, like ADAX. A big focal point of theirs has been wallet integration recently. So that means that their DEX is probably more so completed. They're just waiting for the applications to be able to be deployed and for a couple other things on the back end, I'm sure. So we'll take a look at the rest of the tech update. They've also started working on the stake pool the initial stake pool dashboard user interface. So kind of what the stake pool dashboard will look like. So that'll be good. The infrastructure has worked on protocol stats, which will give a live feed of volume, fees, locked value, etc. If you're running a DEX, you need to have an accurate feed. You need to have accurate numbers on your volume, all that good stuff. So that is good to see. And then you see the smart contract team has been working on optimization. They've built a scenario testing framework that also allows us to generate end-to-end scenarios to test the protocol extensively. So that is good. And then you see that this will allow to run a benchmark of the scaling solution, something we've promised to do before publishing an article describing our solution. And they have been pretty active over time. If there's a if there's something going on with the Cardano network, they usually are pretty active and they'll put an article up about their solution to that. So that's a pretty good development from the team to keep up and be proactive about the obstacles that are on the Cardano blockchain at the moment as a dApp trying to build into the DeFi ecosystem. And then the research and development team has been built observability tools to help us inspect the results of a transaction so we can rapidly debug and validate the large complicated scenarios. And once we hit overall we have started to hit some roadblocks. And this is the most important part, guys. We started to hit some roadblocks that have slightly slowed our progress, ultimately taking our time to work through these roadblocks until around wallet integration, transaction size, and testability should lead to a more robust protocol and a more robust Cardano ecosystem overall. And as I said earlier in today's ADAX video recapping their AMA, I said I would be very surprised, honestly, if there is a Cardano DEX out in October. That just seems very unlikely. Initially, they were saying that the DEX is on pace for a October launch, but as we see here in their Discord channel, Pi, one of their team members, he's gone on multiple YouTube channels and videos and showing the demo, all that good stuff. So initially they wanted to keep the October date, and as he says, I won't shy away from saying that we are hoping we could have launched in October, and now that's looking unlikely. I also want to be held to the standards that we bent over backwards to be clear we weren't setting. This space is incredibly new and unpredictable, and we explicitly never gave a hard date because of that. And if you're given hard dates at this point in time with the way Cardano's blockchain and ecosystem is forming, then you're setting yourself up for disaster there. As they say, under promise, over deliver when it comes to dates. Under promise, over deliver. That's the key for these projects. If you put a date out there and you miss the date, people go so crazy. So 100% I agree with him there. And as he says, it didn't feel right to leave everyone in the dark, so we tried to strike that balance. Obviously, that's a bit much for people, but that's okay. I'm happy to explain. There's a lot of people, right, like communities do, and like people who want the coin and the stake pool now. They're all like, well, this is just horrible. It's the end of the world that they're delaying it to November. But at the end of the day, that's not a bad thing at all. They're saying like, yeah, the team sucks. DEX was meant to be this month, now delayed to November. Why can't you just meet deadlines? So you see how people can be, and the team seems to be obviously having obstacles. If you're not having if they would have released a DEX in October, that would have been very just like forced, I felt like. And it's good to run into obstacles. That means you're testing your protocol. That means you are deep into the code and you are deep into the blockchain to find issues that you have to overcome. And those are key things that they're having issues with, as they're saying, the wallet integration, stuff like that. So that is going to be very key in order to obviously facilitate your funds on the DEX. That'll be very interesting to look out for. I'll keep y'all updated, guys, because this also delays the stake pool offering. This delays the stake pool offering. So you won't be able to stake for Sundae probably in the month of October now. They are launching their DEX and the stake pool at the same time. One of the most, I cover it in every SundaeSwap video, but one of the most asked questions I get in the comment sections down below is literally, where do I buy SundaeSwap? And you can't do that right now, guys. It is not available. You're going to be able to swap for SundaeSwap on the DEX. You're going to be able to provide liquidity into Sundae pools, and then you are also going to be able to go in and do the stake pool offering where you're staking your ADA for Sundae. All in all, I'm still very bullish on SundaeSwap's platform and on Cardano's ecosystem. I know Cardano gets a lot of FUD because people say nobody's building on Cardano and all this stuff, when in reality they are all trying. They're kind of just locked up in the waiting, they're waiting for Plutus and they are waiting for Hydra. So a lot of these platforms are kind of held up right now. People have to keep that in mind. Once it all comes together and the ecosystem is formulating, you're going to see a lot more volume on the blockchain for Cardano compared to these other platforms. They're going to start kind of catching up a little bit, in my opinion, because Cardano ADA gang is very strong. Like if you are a Cardano maxi, they are die hard. So something to keep in mind, that when these dApps do go live, I think the trading volume will thoroughly increase on Cardano. So if you're a Cardano person and you're into the big DeFi, which I'm into their DeFi big time, their decentralized exchanges, liquidity protocols that are building, like Meld, ADAX, Sundae, all that good stuff. So I'm very of interest in the projects building under Cardano. So I will be keeping up with this on the channel going forward, as always, and keeping you updated with everything I hear. And as soon as we get word on that stake pool offering, I will cover it here right on the channel. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed the video, subscribe for more Cardano DeFi content, and be sure to leave your comments down below on SundaeSwap, the delay of the launch. I don't think it's too big of a deal. I think that if you would have been forcing a DEX out in October, it might not have been the best thing, and it might not have been the most, thoroughly tested product at that point. So good to see, in my opinion. I'll catch you all in the next video, guys. Stay bullish, keep hustling. Peace.